Whenever you guys are ready, can you talk through what you built?
Yeah. My name is Akin.
My name is Wilson.
So we, for some background, we built a game that's centered around the TV show called Severance, and it's just a show about Mark, who works at a company that severs brains.
No spoilers.
Yeah. No spoilers, but so Mark is something called a refiner, and what he does is he sits at a terminal all day and just plays with numbers. And we've tried to model something similar to that in this game.
Cool.
So all we have is just the Pi wired up to the VGA, and we have this joystick
Using a plastic AEC control.
Okay.
Yeah, so the joystick uses ADC for moving up and down, but it also has like a mechanical switch for pushing buttons down. Yeah. Here you can just push the button to start the game, and this grid of numbers is a random grid that is generated every time you start the game. And what happens is numbers essentially quiver, and the point is it's supposed to invoke some kind of emotion in you.
Okay.
Most of it is fear anyway, but and you see that not all numbers are not shaking accordingly. Some of them are shaking a little bigger than others. And those numbers are called bad numbers. And the goal of the game is for you to find all the bad numbers and bin them. So when you're done finding all the bad numbers, you're done.
Okay.
You get a bonus. But yeah, and interestingly, like the pattern in which the numbers are shaking is based off voids, which is just some essentially they're like two voids moving around the game, and when they come in some kind of collision radius with certain numbers, it just causes the number to shake.
Wow.
And this is what we're using to control the game as the cursor. So when you can move in different positions to find the grids and find the bad numbers. So yeah, so you find a specific bad number, you push the button on the bad number.
Wow.
A little animation shows that the number has been binned, and you get some progress over there.
Wow.
I'm just gonna keep playing it here to see if we can.
So one of the harder parts was actually the ADC control. So I kept on, whereas in the lab, the potentiometer, once you turned it, it stayed at that number.
Yeah.
Whereas this, if you go to the right, it pulls like insanely fast that it's going right. So we had to do a timer and like kind of guess and check what's the best like lag of a controller for in order for
To get the right amount of responsiveness.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we tuned like the there's a threshold for when you move it left or right, up or down.
Yeah.
And we just tuned it, and to make it easy to move around, it just skips cell by cell. So like each number is a specific cell, and it's all mapped by like position. So it's very easy to, once like the cursor is on a specific cell, it's easy to know that that's the cell that has been selected.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and beat the game here, but you will notice that when you select a specific number, the numbers in that radius change.
Right.
So it's possible that after you refine the bad number here, when the numbers change again, more bad numbers have been added. So it's incredibly difficult to beat. And in developing the game, we sort of put all the bad numbers in red, so it was easier for us to like see bad numbers.
Yeah.
So I've actually never tried playing the game without the red numbers.
It looks like, from the videos that you showed me from the show, it looks like a really faithful reproduction of that interface.
like the actual game too was also pretty hard to beat.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it took 2 seasons.
Okay.
For Mark to actually beat it.
I gotta say, the quivering numbers are a really odd effect.
Yeah.
Really, it is kind of anxiety inducing.
Yeah. Yeah. So the quiver numbers just every time like the voids come in collision with that radius, the numbers just shift left, right, up, or down.
Okay.
That's pretty much how the thing is implemented. Just give them a random velocity which shifts the pixels a random small number between, I think, -3 and 3 that allows it to shift left or right, up or down.
It's really nice. And that in the upper right corner, is that some lovingly generated art that
Yeah,
you guys made?
this is supposed to be the logo of the company, Lumen Industries.
Okay.
Which is the company that employed Mark, and it's it's all just pixels, not a picture. It's just drawing ovals.
Uh-huh.
So we made a new method in the VGA library to draw an oval, and
Cool.
you just draw them like different offsets, and
Yeah.
it just formed that nice little logo there.
It's very nice. And is Ocula the name of the interface in the...
No, Oculus is supposed to be the name of the. No spoilers, but Oculus is supposed to be the name of the chip you're refining. Because
Gotcha.
When you of the person you're refining, because the chip belongs to a person.
Okay.
So it's just like a name in the show.
Neat.
Yeah, it's gonna try and beat it here, but
That is really nice. At some point, I feel like I remember there being sound coming out. Is that
So
implemented at this point, or was that...
no,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Okay,
There-
no
but
worries.
There is a theme
Sure.
song.
Yeah. Very nice.
My instructor-
Awesome. Thank you, guys. That is really cool.